on Comedy Central. I don't know what his name is, but he's hilarious. He's absolutely fucking hilarious, and he's getting ready for his hour special on Comedy Central that he's going to tape in like September or October. He doesn't know where yet. And so he came with me to New Brunswick to do the Stress Factory, to just run half-an-hour sets every night. And it was a lot of fun. It was super fun. We got high a bunch, and then I went over to his apartment a couple of times, and we had a good time. But the reason I asked him to talk was, well, one, we came right from seeing Batman, and Kurt gets so fucking angry. He gets so mad at everything in life. If you don't like the movie he likes, he gets fucking livid. By the way, if anybody has figured out how to subscribe to people on Facebook, there's a bunch of people that are not on Twitter that are equally as funny, and Kurt is one of them. His fucking Facebook, if you just go there, he just like instigates. That's all he does all day long. He just starts fights and he tries it out as stand-up. It's great. I don't see any other comics doing this, by the way, working out their material on Facebook. He just writes his long Guido fucking diatribes. He's Philly trash. I mean, I have no idea how he grew up, but his accent is just pure Philly trash. But anyway, what I'm really sorry about is that we didn't get his audio. The fucking thing clicked in and out. I'm so annoyed. So the audio sucks. At some points, it's unlistenable. From minute like 10 to minute 20 is really fucking bad. And then you get a good 25 minutes or so in there, and then the last like minute and a half is just the thing completely cuts out. I'm really sorry. I tried to like change it, but there's nothing I could do. I ran it through programs. It's just not fixable. But the good news is that since we broke towards the end of this episode, because Kurt's girlfriend had to go do a spot, she's a comedian too, she's just a beginning comic, because she had to go do a spot, we had to break, and then I uploaded the first episode, and when we got back, after we went back to Kurt's place to do more, we switched mics out. So the second part is not nearly as bad. So I would advise you guys just to enjoy it as much as you can. Know the sound sucks, but if you can put up with it and just pretend it's, I don't know, FM radio on a shitty like radio. I don't know how to make the fucking lemons out of this, or lemonade. Anyway, so it's Ari Shaffir Skeptic Tank, episode 71. My guest is Kurt Metzger. His girlfriend, Karen Margulies. They have this weird... Well, first we got into Batman, I told you. And then they had this weird alternative-style relationship. They're not monogamous. And we get into it. I'm going to call this episode Menage a Blah. Because they're so fucking casual about it. Like, they don't give a fuck. They're just all so fucking casual about it. Kurt, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's friend that Kurt ends up sleeping with sometimes. It's super amazing. And it works out for all of them. And they're super, like, they're just kind of blasé about it. It's kind of fun. For sponsors, please check out, go to arithegreat.com or arishafir.com, and you can see all my sponsors. On the right-hand side of that, at the top, on the right-hand side, there's an Amazon.com sponsor, an Amazon.ca banner, and a Gamefly banner. So those are my sponsors. If you go to Amazon, go either .ca if you're the second one if you're in Canada, the first one if you're in America, and go there and shop. Do all your shopping at Amazon, whatever you want to do. But before you do your Amazon shopping, just go through my website and click on that, and then you can do your shopping as is, like whatever you're going to do, and then just give me percentage back. So those of you who have been doing it, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I have used it to buy drugs and drug-related paraphernalia. Montreal was so much fun, by the way, with mushrooms. They were going around everywhere. It was so much fun this year. And the other one is Gamefly.com. It's Gamefly.com/Ari. And if you go there and sign up for a free 15-day trial, they will give me a gram of weed. I'm the one who has to be responsible for converting it, but they give me the equivalent in monies to a gram of marijuana. Some stand-up gigs. By the way, New Brunswick was a lot of fun. Thank you, Vinny Brand, for having me. That was really cool. The audiences were cool. I always get worried in those places, those conservative places, but they're always good. August 16th, 17th, and 18th, I'm going to be with Court McCown from the Hollywood episode of the Skeptic Tank. We're going to be in Vegas at the Paris. I forget what the room is called, but it's there. Go to my website for tickets. We'll be there. I think Melinda Hill's coming too. And then September 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, I'm doing Cap City in Austin. It's one of the greatest clubs in the world, and I love it. It's one of my top 5 clubs. I fucking love it. I'm so glad to be playing there. Toronto for the JFL 22, the 19th through the 22nd, in that range. And then finally, I'm going back to Indianapolis for Crackers, September 26th through the 29th. So everybody go there. For all my dates, go to arithegreat.com. They're all there on the right. Or if you go to dates, they're there. You can get t-shirts and shit. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. Ari Shaffir, Skeptic Tank, episode 71, Menage a Blah with Kurt Metzger. And here we go. Oh, what else do I have to say? Oh, and Karen Margulis. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. And subscribe on iTunes and tell your friends. And live your life and be happy. Raw. Batman, what'd you think?
Oh, it's already started?
Yeah.
We'll introduce everyone first.
Oh, okay. I do intros before.
Oh, really? There's
Yeah.
like a teaser opener?
So I can, a little teaser.
It's the best one. The best one. You assholes that told me it was not as good as part 2. It was the best one.
Why? What'd you guys think? Do you like it?
I thought it kicked ass.
Yeah, okay. Why? Why was it better than the other one? Robin, obviously. I mean, not Robin. Fucking Joker was obviously better than the first one.
Yeah.
In the last one, but
First of all, well, I'll even argue that shit with you. The one Catwoman was awesome.
She was
I've
pretty
never really
cool.
given that much of a shit about Catwoman.
She annoyed me in the other one.
Pretty much every Catwoman, by the way, in every Batman movie up until this one, literally was just there to like, I want to fuck Catwoman because she has this, be a pussy. Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was really good.
Sade says Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman is better.
You like that better, but you like the part where he gives away his name as Robin later, and I know that.
But no,
annoyed
I'm
the
saying
fuck
I
out
like
of
the way
people.
she killed that guy at the end by putting the stun gun in his mouth. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Christopher Walken and
that was really hot.
Oh yeah, that was
Anne
pretty
Hathaway
cool.
didn't do anything that sexy in this.
But do you see what I'm saying? Oh, she's just saying my point. Like I'm saying it's better because it's not that.
It's just about
And
a real
she
person.
says it's better because it's. But this chick, because first of all, Anne Hathaway.
No, and I also love how she didn't die when she got shot 15 times in a row and she just kept fighting. That was really hot. Anne Hathaway
Who?
didn't have
the
any
other
of those
one.
moments.
Because this one's
She
not.
had 9 lives. This one only has 1 life.
Oh my God. Okay, so you.
That wasn't sexualized though. Her getting shot, not
No, just
a
her in her
couple
dumb
times
suit and being like, all Catwoman has ever been before this one. All she's ever been in a movie, not a comic, in a movie is a piece of ass that shows up and says kind of like slutty shit. And and you know what I mean? And like
she does the purr. Even
and
the
you don't
black
even
one
take
from
her
the- from the
seriously.
show.
She's not even like a real bad guy in those movies because you're like, she's just like a girl you want to fuck, and she dresses up in an outfit.
I thought she was always a good guy. Isn't she a good guy?
Michelle Pfeiffer's origin. I can't believe Sade's saying this right now. Michelle Pfeiffer's origin. She thinks this is better. When she got pushed out of a window, okay, and fell.
Then devoured by a gang of cats.
She didn't get devoured. She was intact.
They chewed
Cats
on her.
came and licked her face, and she came back with cat powers. What? I can't.
I saw some finger chewing in that movie. I don't remember.
You owe an apology.
They ate her up and then spit her
You
out.
should apologize to Anne Hathaway shit cutter on the air right now to her fantastic piece of ass. That besides just giving me a boner, she was an awesome Catwoman. She was like
played it real.
badass.
She played it real the way Batman played it real.
She played it real like Batman, and she fucking kicked ass. And I was like, it wasn't like I wish like the Joker would come back, such as Two-Face, for example.
Yeah.
I wish the Joker would come. That's everybody's argument. Why? And
The Joker was
everybody's
awesome.
argument.
So was he in the first time.
But
the first
everybody's
Batman.
argument of why the second one's better. Okay?
Yeah.
I know all your dumb arguments already. You're going to start with the Joker. Yeah, fine. Well, awesome. Only thing that made that movie good was the Joker. No other part of that movie was good.
Wait,
except
no
the
way.
Joker. Not one other part of that movie was good.
I'm trying to
except
remember
the
now.
Joker.
That can't be
What
true.
about a really
Voice,
old
is that what
Maggie
you said?
Gyllenhaal?
Batman's
The Batman's voice is
all hated.
annoying always.
All hated.
Why
That
does
was
he do
better.
that? Why does he do that thing where every time he's talking, even normally by himself, he's like, "That's right."
Oh, did you notice that actually in part 3 when she goes, he's like, so that's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Dude, no one's there.
Who we talking to? You could just do their Gilbert Gottfried regular voice, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's what it feels like."
It's the same reason Gilbert.
You think Gilbert Godfrey talks that way when he's alone?
No, he doesn't. He talks.
That's quite a dump.
He has an English accent like Christian Bale in real life, Gilbert Godfrey. Yeah, but so this was a cat. First of all, most respectable Catwoman I've ever seen.
I do like the reason I like Batman is because he was like a normal guy. He didn't have any special powers, and this Catwoman didn't have any special powers.
No, she was just fucking like a cool Batman type. But this Batman, he went back to like jumping out of the darkness and getting you. And then when he did expose himself at the end of the fight, it was awesome. Unlike part 2, where he goes into a nightclub dressed like Batman and beats people. Like part 2 ruined his ninja-ness completely. Okay, and this one made him awesome. It made Batman awesome again. Because in the part 2, Batman was like whatever. He was like a second backfill to the Joker. Let me say this about your precious Joker, who I love. Okay.
Yeah.
Bane, the character, was never as good a character as the Joker.
No.
Okay. Catwoman was never as good a character as the Joker.
There's more to uncover in this one.
That's
Plot-wise.
So basically, Heath Ledger got handed the awesomest character and did a fine job.
A great job.
A great job. Yeah. No, listen, that's the only reason we're even having this argument, because of how great he was as the Joker. Because if he hadn't been in there doing the Joker, you'd never say that was better than part 3. Okay? Tom Hardy and Anne Hathaway did just as much with their parts as he did with the Joker.
Which was Tom Hardy?
He was Bane.
Okay.
Oh, Ed Hardy is.
Ed Hardy, yeah. Ed Hardy took it.
Ed Hardy was incredible. And by the way, his voice was awesome. I loved his voice. Hey,
it was like Sean Connery.
His voice was fucking demented.
Like English gentleman.
It was an auto-tune Sean Connery.
That was awesome. I understood it perfectly. If you didn't understand it, you're a fucking moron.
There were some parts I couldn't figure it out.
It was
when he's talking through the loudspeaker, I had trouble.
Yes, the loudspeaker.
So what was up with his face then? What was up with his face? They just beat it off him?
They tore it. And this is another thing. His origin. This is the first time I've ever seen a believable origin for a villain. The first time. This guy, a spoiler alert, okay? Do I have to say that right?
No, I'll tell people ahead of time. But yeah.
There's spoilers. Like I ask people to spoil things for me about it.
Whenever somebody says something about an 8-year-old movie, they're like, well, I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm like, just do, because I clearly passed on watching it.
But
so
he protects his broad, okay, as a child. He protects her in prison. Gets his face ripped off because they don't get to rape a kid like they want. Gets his face ripped off. And he gets this horrible mask put on. And still, she just wants to be friends. She goes, that's the most profound. He's sitting there crying like, and she's like, I'll never forget you, my friend. I mean, talk about the motivation to become a supervillain, if I ever heard one. She fucked Bruce Wayne, this bitch. He murdered her father.
Yeah.
She won't fuck Bane still. She banged Bruce. Bane's sitting there with a ventilator on his face. You're goofy, silly bitch.
It's just a handy.
I don't know. I just don't see us that way. Like, you fuck Bruce Wayne, the guy who killed your dad.
There was no reason they even had to have sex. There was no reason they even had sex. They didn't have to have sex with Bruce Wayne.
All his massive muscles were backed up jizz from this vicious cunt. And that is exactly who's capable of trying to blow up an entire city with a nuclear explosion. The kind of girl that would do that.
That would talk to somebody for 40 years.
Face ripped off, helping her dumbass. She won't even fuck you. Just a hand job. Like, hey, thanks for protecting me from being raped as a child and having your nose and your face ripped off. I think I owe you some mouth for that. As a decent person, as a decent fucking human, I should jerk you off because that was a pretty big favor you did for me. So I guess the least I could do is break you off some of my fucking pussy.
You didn't think it was weird that a kid could get over that ledge, but a well-trained adult could not?
Well, that was Ra's al Ghul's kid. Ra's al Ghul the shit.
Oh yeah, but that was Batman trying to do it.
That was awesome. That whole, all the origin thing, the way it all tied together, and the fucking happy ending. That was, what the fuck do you want out of a movie?
Yeah, it was a great movie.
And it was better than part 2. Just tell me how part 2, because, listen, you take this position.
Okay, I'll take the part 2 position.
Aaron, jumping on this?
All right.
What did you say?
What? Well, I didn't see the other movies. So I don't know like other Catwoman.
You didn't see the Joker one? Oh,
yeah, obviously I saw
the Heath Ledger one.
I've seen the new ones, but I haven't seen any of the old ones.
But the old one, the first Michelle Pfeiffer, that was all. The whole movie was campy. Once it got into Dr. Freeze and stuff, that just got campy.
Are you going to introduce me
I was
on
very
here?
young.
Yeah, beforehand, Kurt.
Oh, they just know. So we go into it.
I'll be like, these are my guests on today's episode, and these are the sponsors. And I play some music.
I don't listen to the actual thing after.
Oh, I've never listened to anything.
I listened to the one that you were recording. You gave me a one we did about.
You listen to that?
Yeah,
because you're so self-absorbed that you could not just know
I'm
what
like,
the
this is
conversation was.
what I'm like. Remember that movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves, where he's like, Constantine. He fights demons.
Oh yeah.
Okay, remember in the beginning, he's doing the exorcism with that little Spanish girl, and to get the demon out, they hold a mirror over the Spanish girl that, like, I don't know if that traps demons.
Yeah.
But like, the demon in the reflection catches its own reflection in the mirror and starts gazing lovingly at itself.
Yeah.
That is how I look in the mirror. Like the demon, my hideous demon face.
But you love it.
My hideous beauty, and I like. That's literally how self-absorbed I am.
So when you listen to everything you're on?
No, not if I think I'm going to feel bad. I try. Well, now I do it more.
I just let people quote me. They tell me some joke, and I'm like, "What was that?"
I'll tell you what. Now I do it now because I have sucked on so many of these things, and so I want to get better at it. So you got to look at.
I feel like I should do that.
It hurts to look at your tapes, man. It hurts me to look at my comedy tapes, but I think it's helped me get a lot better in the last like year or so.
Really?
From having. Yeah,
just from looking at yourself.
It sucks to look at yourself unless you're.
You see all your mistakes too.
I'm joking, but I actually hate watching I listen to how much I say fuck. And all these people that I'm like, shut up, you gray pube. Will say fuck, and I listen. Like, I say fuck like way too much. There's no need for all those fucks.
I told that to the opener from 2 days ago, from Thursday.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, you say fuck a little too much. He goes, that's how much I say it off stage.
Shut up for a second. Michelle Pfeiffer had a much better Catwoman costume. Look at that.
Yeah, this one was barely a Catwoman costume.
It was a fucking...
Like a gay man, like a Schumacher, if you will.
That's so much better. It's so much more demented, and, it's not just...
Kurt, you just girlfriended her right up. You just chose the one that you would girlfriend more, which is Anne Hathaway.
The one you're more into.
Because
I want to bang Michelle.
You wouldn't want to listen to her cat stories, and that's why you would listen to Anne Hathaway's stories, and you want to hear this bitch talking about cats.
Anne Hathaway, there wasn't always the rumor that she likes it in the ass? There was always that rumor. Yeah.
There's always a rumor that she was a lesbian. I never heard the ass rumor.
I think it was made up, but it was a solid rumor.
Anne Hathaway from other things. I never she wasn't like pretty, but like how her eyes are, she looked like a weird, like in a funhouse mirror. Like she's a hotter chick, but you're seeing like a weird reflection of her in like a stretchy mirror. I always thought about.
Have you guys seen by the way, on the internet, like, they always take pictures of people when they're on vacation, like famous people.
Yeah.
So Anne Hathaway took a vacation right after she finished filming this, and she was like shocking. It looked like a deep sea vent creature had crawled out of the sea. Like she doesn't look like that in real life.
What do you mean?
know
What
that,
she look
right?
like?
Her ass looked fucking great. Was that prosthetic ass?
Yeah, it doesn't look like that. Real. She's wearing a rubber suit. You know how great anyone could look in a structured rubber suit?
I like how they get the old
really
Batman with pecs and nipples.
Right.
On his old Batsuit.
Did it have nipples
like
on this one?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, Sade likes the nipple version.
Why do you like that one better?
Which version
The
of what?
Michelle Pfeiffer version. And Danny DeVito.
Well, I like her story. I like that she started off as just a mousy.
Women like whimsical
timid.
shit. They like to escape from the realities.
I didn't think that her story was
Sade
whimsical.
has
she
gay
got
man
murdered.
taste.
That's whimsical.
But then she came back to
She got
life by
murdered and
cat.
Eaten by cats. Like
She
that's
did,
not
why do you
fucking.
think the cats ate her? That's the other
They
thing.
fucking chewed on her.
They were just licking
her.
They were licking her face
They
because they
were
loved
doing
her.
more than that.
It's like it was implied face eating. You don't have to see.
Like
the
she got her
face
pussy,
eating.
so it's like the metaphor of becoming a dyke because of men. Is that what you're telling me? And then she got her. They licked her and she
Is
realized.
that what she did? I didn't.
Listen,
Did they have any
this
hot
was a
Catwoman
kick-ass
in
Batman. You are like a gay man. You have the soul of a gay man. Just the other day, hey, you want to watch porn? Of course I do. Gay porn? No, Sade. Why would I want to watch gay porn? You like gay things, like that version of Michelle Pfeiffer. You have the gay taste. Okay, it's perfectly reasonable to be that way. But we're talking about Batman, a comic that was disgraced by that.
She was really hot. She
Listen,
was even sort
she
of
was
hot.
hot.
Wasn't she Eminem's mom?
Hot. Do you understand what I'm saying?
This is not just like sexy. I want to fuck you hot. Look at those claws. That's really
That was just hot.
vicious and demented looking. It's
Yes,
not.
but she did
Anne
do it.
Hathaway was
Who did
just
she-
hot. She was wearing a fucking corset. Her waist was cinched. Her hips were amazing.
Dude, listen,
right?
it's gay talk. It's a gay
That's
man
it.
talking.
What I'm
It's a
saying-
gay man
When you
judging.
mention
I'm
corsets, you're-
describing it to you accurately, though. That's what you like, and you're saying that this is just more sexual than that, and that's why it's worse. But that's
What I'm
it's
saying
not
is
true
that
at all.
one gave me a boner, and I thought of Catwoman as somebody like awesome as opposed
You
to
just
just
don't
someone I
want to
want
see
to fuck.
so much Lady Gaga in your Catwoman. Like,
No, thank you. Thank you. I don't want to see as much, and Sade wants to see more because inside she's a gay man. That is a fact.
Gaga to you?
With the claws
It's
and
camp.
the latex, it is a little bit.
Yeah, that's what they have with
The
Danny DeVito
masquerade
too.
mask that Catwoman was traipsing around in this movie isn't gay.
No, that was-
Yeah, wait, why was she wearing that? Why was she wearing that
She
mask?
might as well just had it on a stick and held it to her fucking
Why was
face
she wearing
the whole
that mask
time.
this
That's what
time?
it
That was a
looked like.
great. That was first of all
Why
a
was she
great
doing
way to go from where you're not outright saying it's a Catwoman, because that's his whole thing is that if this was real, how it would be, right? And you
Yeah.
can't really make it that real.
But why'd she have the mask?
It's
just the face thing.
Cat burglar. It's. I agree. Not as functional, but it's a good bridge.
I didn't mind the cat ears with the thing when the
because
thing
they-
came
they-
up
they-
because I was like, oh, that looked real. It just
he
looks
didn't
like
want
cat
to
ears.
completely lose that it's a superhero thing. So good. It's a good happy middle
The
ground.
mask seemed weird.
You'd see you're nitpicking. You're looking at this
Oh,
ridiculous.
he's nitpicking, Kurt.
No, I like.
I don't like the stitches.
I'm
in the
saying
old
it's not
Catwoman.
bad. You're not.
It's just too
No,
fat.
you're not listening to me.
It's too
You're
fat.
not listening to what I'm saying. Okay, I'm just saying this was better. That's what I'm saying. This was the best one, the best version of Catwoman ever. Okay, the only Catwoman I liked before
the
that.
best version of Catwoman
Who's
ever.
the
She
better?
didn't have. She
I
didn't
like
have
this
a cool
Catwoman a
death.
lot.
She didn't even have. She didn't go out that cool at all.
Okay,
She
if you
didn't
read the
die.
She
comics,
didn't die at all.
if you read the
didn't die at
comics,
all.
I mean, I know people listening to this and they're like dismissing it as they should. Not read the
Dismissing
comics.
me as someone who doesn't give a fuck
No, you
about
shouldn't
comics.
care who
I'm
reads the
perfectly fine
comics.
with
That's
that.
right. There you go.
Perfectly fine
There you
with
go.
that.
All right, so there you go. It is what it is.
I don't read the comic. I used to a long time ago, but I don't know all these like first.
This was the
night
Catwoman from Batman Year One by Frank Miller, which was awesome, fucking awesome, and that's where they got it from. Perfect. And Bane was awesome. Bane was never that awesome of a character. Okay. By the way, DC, I'll let
Bane
you know a little
was good in
secret. DC always had corny ass characters outside of Batman.
I like in the beginning that guy was like, no, we need you for the wreckage, and the guy was like, okay,
Yeah, and that great Bane
Whoa.
voice. That Bane voice was fucking great.
no, brother.
Yeah, that
need you for
jolly
the wreckage.
fucking evil. What do you want out of that guy? That guy did he did just as much as Heath Ledger did with a much better assignment. Much better assignment. Joker, that's the funnest role.
Yeah.
Bane's not as fun a thing as the Joker. Tom Hardy was awesome. Awesome, dude.
He was
just as
awesome.
good at being Bane, who's not as good as Joker. Okay?
I don't understand why he was so strong. Just straight rage.
Well, he's all backed up from that girl not fucking him.
Oh.
That would turn you against the whole world. I mean, it's the basis of a lot of things.
Why was he so strong?
You have some silly bitch waste your time with her boring stories about her dad. Yeah, my
She got
dad
chubby,
was
too. She
my
got
dad was
chubby.
Ra's al Ghul, you know, and so I don't know. And I just kicked around for a while and the thing like, and you're like, are we getting to pussy? Am I going to sit through this whole story? Oh, it's just going to be stories. Anyway, this is one guy I really like, but he killed my dad, so I mean, I don't know, but I feel like we could be together still. Like, really, you want to just maybe just fuck me until you meet the guy that murdered your dad and fuck him? I don't feel that way about it. Just drain your life out of you more with more of my thing.
I never understood.
I mean,
why
don't get me wrong. I'd like to
Why
use
she didn't
you
just kill him when she fucked him,
because she wanted to make her dad's plan happen. Look,
and she
that-
needed him for that.
Yeah. Even the thing they were like, why would the whole police force be into go down the sewers? Because they were incompetent. That's why. And they tried to keep it a secret, and it was an incompetent police force. That's why they needed to have a Batman. Because they sucked as police.
I thought it was weird they wouldn't let the bad cop who was just incompetent, the head incompetent cop, they
Yeah.
wouldn't let him shown being killed, so they had to like
I know.
see his neighbor get killed, and then it cuts away from him, and then it cuts back, and he's dead on the street.
That was stupid. But what is PG-13? What do you want?
morality.
Also,
Show 'em what- I didn't,
Listen,
They didn't show him
catch that.
being shot.
I'm not
Why
saying.
did
I don't know, some
I'm not
stupid
saying-
like we can't let the crowd accept this
Again,
kind of thing.
not saying
it was
there weren't-
It was a clear choice, like see his buddy get shot,
Yeah.
then cut away from him, then
This
cut
one-
back to him on the ground.
Dude, this one had a lot of things where you're like, really?
They probably shot out 3 different
Really?
ways and decided.
Where
yeah,
you
there
go,
was a
this
few
is
things.
just stupid. But guess what? That makes it even more fun, that shit. Those little stupid things, like, they
I don't
were
like
on
the
all the
Robin
others.
stuff when they throw Robin in for no reason. Like,
I liked
what?
it just fine. I liked it just.
Sade like that too.
What do you want, the original
Oh,
Batman?
yeah, Robin, when they made him Robin.
Why? Why bother? It's just a dude, and it added nothing to the story.
it keeps it. That made it awesome.
Finally
It's like a
settles those
stupid
gay
M. Night
rumors.
Shyamalan
and-
thing where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, they're all dead.
We
You're like,
at
well, that
least
doesn't
owe it to
matter.
Robin to settle the gay rumors
Yeah,
before
they
this
took, he took
franchise
the
is
game.
over.
Let me tell you what
Take the
Chris
heat
Nolan
off
did.
Of Robert.
He took. That's a great point that Karen just made. He finally drained the gay out of Batman.
Robin.
Out of Robin and Batman, their
Yeah.
relationship, all of the gay, all of this like a cyst, all of the gay that had been building up around Batman. Okay,
Yeah.
he lanced it and drained it. That is what that was. So now the Robin Batman relationship is no longer gay. You understand?
Remember that Robert Smigel?
And I'm saying it as a
What was
negative.
that?
It's negative if Batman
And Robin.
has a gay subtext. I'm way pro gay, okay?
Yeah, but you don't want that.
But you're not going to fucking gay up Batman for me. which I am getting my straight action fantasies out through, you are not going to queer that up for me just because you think it's the same difference. No, it's not the same difference, okay? And it's not homophobic to want to keep it straight like it should be. Batman. It's a straight man's fantasy.
Shouldn't it be out of sexuality? Why is he even boning people?
That's right. It should be out of sexual. You know what?
It's like,
that's
why
a
do they
better
have
way
to
to
have
put
sex
it.
with Catwoman, and why do they have sex with the girl who
Well, that's a great point.
daughter he killed? Like, why?
Doug Stanhope, did you see his thing in Norway?
No,
He's got a great joke about, like, why do you just put fuck scenes in movies? Why am I watching a bank robbery? I'll watch porn.
Yeah.
Why is there a fuck scene in this? Because loser people can't just watch pornography.
Yeah, they have to be like, ooh, did you see that hot?
They
that
parcel
hot
it out. That's
scene?
I'm mangling his joke, but it's a great fucking joke. Like, they parcel out titillation because
Really?
you can't just be honest and jerk off like you want to. That's a whole other thing. Batman, the newest one, best Batman. They're not saying it didn't have stupid things in it. It's about a guy that dresses up like a bat. There's going to be stupid shit. I'm saying it's the best Batman movie.
I like when the old black guy who was having sex with his granddaughter said, well, we don't know what the prototype name is yet, but I call it the Bat.
Wait, he had sex with his granddaughter.
Morgan Freeman.
Was that Morgan Freeman's granddaughter?
Who had sex with his granddaughter? Wasn't
That was
it was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it was a whole rumor. You missed it.
Oh,
No.
you're talking about outside of the movie Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember his characters.
Wow, he had sex with her like...
Yeah.
Do you think he narrated it for her? I'd like to tell you my granddaughter got away, but my house is a... Morgan
Freeman had sex with his own adopted
I'd like to tell you my granddaughter fought the good fight. But my house ain't no ain't no picnic. You imagine him just narrating it while he...
What's going to happen now is I'm going to take away your youth. Innocence lost. I can't do the voice. I wish I could do
Is
the
that
voice.
just a rumor, though? I mean,
No, I think that was like a real thing. Didn't he marry her?
No, he didn't marry her.
He married... Where have I been in a Batman prison for 3 months?
Sunday,
When was
look it
Morgan
up on the
Freeman?
iPhone. I'm almost positive.
Was I in Blackgate prison this whole time?
You were busy trying to start fights on Facebook.
I really have been doing a lot of Facebookery.
By the way, there's no comic using Facebook the way you're using it. In order to incite rage and support at the same time and to make yourself... I don't think there's a way to properly express what like a Philadelphia goon you look like, but on Facebook, you somehow, it exudes out of those, just the right misspellings and non-capitalizations. Step-granddaughter. Oh,
cool. Come on.
No, there's still a line there.
How old is she?
She's young.
Is she 84 as well? Because if she's also 84, then
How old
it's
is the
fine.
step-granddaughter?
I'm looking it up.
You forgave Woody Allen. You're not going to forgive Morgan Freeman? Woody Allen did a much worse thing.
It's new.
How old is she, though? Is she an adult?
He's 72 and she's now 27.
Well, when did this
God damn it.
Wait, but when did this...
17 when they first fucked.
Kurt.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, but he was only 65, though. Or 62.
That's fair.
That's nothing. He barely had gray pubes yet.
I wish you could
They were
tell
all
you I was
gray,
only
but-
65 and that I didn't need to use a pill to get an erection to have sex with my own grand-stepdaughter. I wish I could tell you that.
But apparently becoming Mrs. Morgan Freeman
I don't
has
do a
been
good
the
Morgan
girl's
Freeman.
goal.
Wait, what did you say?
She tried to get adopted. She tried to get her mom adopted by him so that she could become the next
Morgan Freeman
Mrs.
has been Adina's goal. That's the girl's name.
Hold on. So there's this story is like more convoluted than Batman 3 that I just saw. The girl made it so she could be his step-granddaughter to have sex
It's
with him?
her goal. No, I don't think that she's doing.
She just became a step granddaughter. And
Oh, so he had sex with her before... Yeah. His wife.
Mrs. Morgan Freeman, yeah. She
Oh,
became
well, guess
the wife
what? That goes under the category of not Morgan Freeman's fault.
Why?
How do you
He
like
did
that?
it for it's 10 years. A 10-year relationship. That's not his fault.
This girl wanted it and made it happen.
A 17-year-old wanted it and made
Okay,
it
there's
happen?
got to be
Hey,
some
depending,
sort of... there's
depending
gotta
on
be
what
some-
state you're in, that's perfectly fine.
That doesn't-
Depending on what state you're in, there's no crime broken.
Wait,
Are you aware of
but
that?
you don't think it's
Legally, it being
weird at
fine doesn't
all?
make it
Morgan?
He lives in the South.
You don't think it's a breach of trust a little bit to violate the trust between a step whatever granddaughter and grandfather?
A breach of trust.
There's like a
Not
few
if she wanted you
generations
to do
between
it.
them.
I think it's a little weird on his part to go for it, but that's not a breach of her trust. That's what she wanted.
How do you know know she was 17? How do you know? First
That's
of
what it
all?
says right there.
Wikipedia says
By
that.
the way, you got time to figure out.
17-year-olds have a lot of dumb ideas.
And as an adult, does she look back now and say he took advantage, or does she say I wanted it? Because that makes the difference. You were exploited. The only way you were
Maybe when your
exploited is
grandpa
if you
Morgan
say.
Freeman, you're a little scared to talk about it. I mean, how do you know what she really thinks?
I thought you just said she is 27 now, and okay, look,
She
if
wants
I
to
don't
be
know,
next Morgan
okay, you
Freeman.
know what?
So did the other girl from Three's Company.
If
she
she's
wants
hold
to be
on,
with her
if she
dad
said,
now.
if she said,
The girl from Three's
is that straight up?
not Three's Company. Too Close for Comfort.
What?
No, not Too Close for Comfort. The chick who married Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. One of those guys.
God, is there anyone from a fucking sitcom
father.
that wasn't molested by their father eventually? Listen, I don't know what she said. You're right. So if she comes out, if she says, I wanted to do, she's 27 now. If she
Yeah.
says, that's what I want to do, I don't regret it, then there was no, you're exploited if you feel like you were exploited. Not if I say you were exploited. How can someone else tell you you were exploited? You say it. So if this girl says it, then okay, fine. If she says that I don't blame him one bit, then there you have it.
And you don't think it's weird on his part at all?
It is weird. I wouldn't do it, but he hasn't committed a crime. Unless
Are you
this
sure
girl-
you wouldn't do it?
Unless this girl says,
What? How could you possibly do it? I could see a way where you'd be like, dude, she said she
well,
wants
I'll
it.
tell you why. My girl's 10 year, Karen here, the lovely
Yeah.
Karen.
Yeah.
That's such a corny way to say it, but she is 10 years younger than me, and when we started dating, I felt weird. Like
It was
and
a
she's-
severe breach of my trust when we said.
Yeah.
How old was she? How old
I
were
was
you?
21.
21?
okay, and that's an adult, but I
You
felt
took advantage.
yes, I felt like that
Yeah.
100%. I felt 100% like I was taking advantage of her.
Yeah.
But I was just like, she's hot, and like I don't have a girl, and she wants to, so I'm gonna take advantage of this girl. So there you go, and she's very intelligent, and I, we hang out, dude. You see, I get along with her. Not like my other girlfriends that I had that I'd be
Yeah,
yelling
that you
at
hated?
them. Like we get along like friends, but I mean, it's the age difference sometimes.
Can we talk about this relationship now?
Oh, what?
I want to talk about this a little bit.
All right.
There's not many people I know have these relationships.
But don't make it too like.
I'm not going to...
All right.
What? Like what?
All right, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Don't make it too like
Like
what?
people's family might be listening, or I don't know.
I do this stuff. My mom always listens. She's an Orthodox Jew.
Yeah.
And she knows I had some open relationship once with a non-Jewish wife I never told her about.
Oh, I told my wife.
You told her. And she was okay.
Before we ever did any of this. All right, so here's how
Okay.
would you put it? How does it look to
Really an
you?
open
You
relationship.
guys...
It's not.
you
It's
gu-
not an
you-
open.
Open.
It's not open.
Like,
It's not
They
free
all
for
have
all.
some
open as you
rules.
think. Right.
Well,
It's
let's-
very. It's there's she.
My
it has to
rule,
be-
our
yeah.
rule was that we couldn't do it at the apartment and no black people.
That was not your rule.
That was
it?
not the rule. That was the joke rule. But then no dealing at the apartment.
Well, my rule is only black people.
Okay, very nice.
She's
Sade
only
is
taking black on.
black. So it's weird with the name is like Sade.
Sade
Sade
is
is such
black.
a weird name for a
Yeah,
black.
Sade's a black girl. She's the model.
Yeah,
of
she
Sade.
is.
So Karen lets me fuck her.
Okay, but the way you said it once really made this. You are an animal.
true.
You're an animal.
Yeah.
And at some point, the way you said it with Karen was she was like, "Ugh, I just stop. I need to work. I just go fuck someone else."
Well, we were watching Sister Wives on TV.
Okay.
She's like, that would be pretty handy.
I don't remember that at all. But I am.
You don't remember
only,
that?
It really
I
is.
am only one person. I cannot handle this 24. It's like a job. I have like several of those. So
People's
like, I
sex
think
drives
I
aren't
wanna
the
do-
same.
But I want to do stuff when I want to do stuff, not around the clock all the time when somebody else does. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
I have other shit. Sometimes I need to do laundry and stuff. Like that's also really important to me on a survival level.
Laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never get to that.
I will sometimes not have done my laundry for days because I fucked instead of doing my laundry.
Yeah, you don't
I meant
complete
to do my
errands
laundry.
sometimes.
I have done that in my life several times where I need to get
But
laundry
we're like
done.
4.5 years in. There's like a certain point where I'm like, I'm just gonna do this laundry. Like, it's not that I don't want to fuck. Obviously, I do as much as other people do.
Yeah.
But like, I also
Sometimes
have
you
like a
don't want
life
to.
to live.
Yeah.
Like food to eat, and I also have a day job that sucks the life out of me, and like that kind of makes me bitchy.
Yeah, with him, you're like,
Not
let's go to
wanna
the
do
Yankee
shit
game,
sometimes.
and he's like, yeah, let's fuck first before we go, and then let's fuck somewhere in the
It's just,
bathroom.
it's just like there's a lot of time constraints. And there's also like you get into chafing and there's a lot of things here.
So what made you decide? All right, then fucking go somewhere else first, because that's like not a normal situation.
I don't think it's not normal though. I mean,
It's
here's
not
the thing.
average.
Like we've always like been kind of like open-minded in general. Like we fooled around a bunch before this whole thing even started.
Who?
The
You and
three of
Kurt?
us.
The three of you.
So it wasn't like a weird. It wasn't like a totally alien out of nowhere thing. It was just like I can't always deal with it. So like if the two of them are cool together, then that kind of takes some of the pressure off me.
Yeah.
And like Shadi is one of my best friends, and like doesn't like
How'd you guys
disrespect me
know each
ever.
other? And
We used to work together at the Comedy Cellar.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Disrespect me?
I mean, she wouldn't like use this kind of thing as
I'm
something
a loyal
over
friend
me.
Above all. Like,
Right.
I'm not
She's not
going to
become my
I'm not
other
trying
girlfriend.
to usurp
Undercut.
Karen's status as number one girl. It's I know my place.
It's not even about knowing, but it's like
That
the
sounds-
relationship.
That sounds like a.
But the relationship's
Listen, no,
not
don't
gonna get-
say it like that. That sounds really terrible. Know your place.
But like, everyone has to kind of respect the dynamic between that. Like, this is a thing that can easily be upset by one person stepping kind of out of line.
Scumbag and do this kind of thing.
Right.
You can't be untrustworthy. You can't be immature. You can't be like Karen's not
Immature is a lot of
possessive
it.
or
I
psycho
mean,
or
I am
you know.
pretty immature.
I think the main thing that
But
people
you're not
I'm
the one
old.
with anything,
I'm just
so-
like old now. Like
the main thing people usually have a problem with is they feel like they'll lose the person they're with if they fuck somebody else.
I don't feel like that at all in this situation, even a little bit.
You have to choose someone who you know isn't a threat to you, who you have some kind of friendship with, relationship with, someone who's not an outsider, a complete stranger to you, so you know who
Not
you're
like a
getting
Jolene.
involved with.
Karen's got her thing too. Like,
What do you mean?
we won't get into it, but she has. It's not like I just do.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
No, don't get into that.
Oh.
We'll just not talk about it. But she has her like. It's not like it just works for me.
It does work both ways.
Yeah.
Is the point.
So you guys all started hooking up one day.
No.
Yeah. It was like
No, like, how
years
did it
ago.
start?
Yeah, it was like
Just-
years ago. Just like fucking around. I know we're probably smoking weed or
I
something.
never did anything with Shadi. She just got topless, and I remember she
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
let me do
but
nothing.
That's like already the line is
I
crossed.
tried to like reach out and get things. She goes, no.
No.
She goes,
Bad.
"What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry. I thought it would be cool."
By the way, I love when girls do that, and by love I mean hate, when they put all signals to go, and then they're like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "What? You know fucking goddamn well what I'm doing.
But
What kind of question
I
is
thought
that?"
that was like an issue of respect or something of like her not wanting. Like I don't think that was you just being a tease, Shadi. I thought that was you
ugly.
trying to not
Yeah,
make
I-
it weird
yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
I was like,
She was doing that on my account.
yeah, I was doing that out of respect for Karen and out
Yeah.
of our friendship. Like I don't,
Doing what? Slapping his hand away.
yeah, just not letting.
What was the
him-
toplessness?
We hadn't like talked about it ahead of time.
Okay, it just sort of happened.
Yeah.
And then you just started doing it on your own? Or just you guys kept doing
That was
stuff?
years later when
Are you
this all
uncomfortable with
started.
this?
We've been
It's
friends
not-
for a long
It's not
time.
like three ways, dude. It's not,
It's
like
not that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not that. It's not like that.
So it's like one at a time.
Yeah, it's literally like
There's a queue. Like,
it's like an issue of convenience, and you know what I mean. It's not like it's not like a fucking like orgy or something.
Okay.
Although that one
It
time,
has
was,
been.
yeah, that was cool. That
So
one,
you have to,
but it's not like that. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's just like, hey, I don't have time.
It's very
I
utilitarian.
mean, sometimes Karen just needs to like do her nails and brush her hair, which she did once at the old people. She was sitting on the couch, the door to the bedroom was open, and me and Kurt were in on the bed. And she was like glancing in every now and then, but mostly just brushing her hair and doing her nails. She gets to outsource her responsibilities.
It feels
to
like
me
you
on
should be able
occasion.
to. It feels like you should be able
But it's
to.
a luxury to be able to outsource that. It really is, and I'm such a good friend. Like,
this outsourcing that happens.
And you, I like that. And you just like to get laid once in a while. Or is it like you want someone you trust or you're friends with?
Yeah, but if you had some
I've had those
boyfriend you were
relationships
into, Shadi, if she had a boyfriend that she was with like that, I don't, and he didn't want to do it, I don't think she
Yeah,
would
but
do
I
that.
wouldn't
She's
do
not like
this.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
by the way, a lot of girls. This is the thing. Like,
I know girls. It's just like
a lot of
hey,
girls
once
that
a
do
month,
shit
call
like
me, let's
this
do
too.
something.
Just in my experience, are not like really slutty. Like they have like a thing that's and they won't like break it. Like you know what I mean?
What do you mean a thing and they won't break it?
Like they don't just fuck everybody because
Right,
they did
right,
this
right,
one.
right,
Because
right.
that's how a lot of people take it. Like
yeah,
because
that's
they
how I took it
heard.
with my girl too.
Yeah, they heard you. A girl did that. Like, oh, she'll fuck me. Like, I don't necessarily mean
I
that.
still
Like,
wants to
I
want
will
to.
absolutely tell you no.
But I'll do like almost anything with someone that I'm like into and comfortable with. Like few boundaries, not in like a really depraved way, just in a like, why would there be any way? You know what I mean? Like if I'm into you, I'm like 100% into you. But if I'm not, I'm like really super not. Like I've only ever had sex with 2 people in my whole life, and I've done a bunch of shit, but not with a bunch of people. Very few people.
Right. I think it's weird where people get upset that there's lines of jealousy. You know how like Italians, like Italians, like from
Dude,
here, but like what?
That's not just Italians. That's old school, old world ethnic Guido shit, which stretches across Italians, Albanians.
All the Guidos. Yeah, but no,
Lost.
but it's like if you see a girl dancing at a club with somebody.
I
they'll
have
come like, what the fuck
jealousy.
was that?
Dude, this is
Dancing
true.
with that guy?
Want to hear something hilarious? My brother's high school girlfriend. Okay,
Yeah.
they broke up. She was a really sweet girl. Her name was Mary. Like I liked her a lot actually. she's from a big Polish Catholic family. Okay.
Yeah.
So understand when I say Polak, I'm being affectionate, here, but truly, just fucking Polak bullshit, dude. So here's a good example. Her brother, who I met, who's a nice guy. I mean, but he's a Guido Jersey guy. Okay.
Yeah.
When my brother first met him, this dude puts his arm around my brother, and he goes, "Hey, Ryan, let me tell you something. My sister, she's a virgin, and she better be that way on her wedding day." Okay. And he like pat him on his back. And my brother was like, "Really? Like, what are you going to check? First of all, are you going to check that, Scarface?"
First of all, she's not. Second of all, she won't be. Even if
Yeah,
she
secondly, you have a Catholic sister. She's not a virgin, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like a shirt.
Will you get the light right there?
was. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Real
They think-
It's dark in here.
Hey, you got your spot? You gonna-
Yeah, I have to leave in like.
I mean, let me tell you what Catholic. Just so you know, if you're a Guido with a sister, at best,
Yeah.
your virgin sister is taking it up her fucking shit cutter just to like technically be a virgin. That is the
She's
Catholic.
probably not. She probably.
I knew a
had
girl
sex.
did that.
They
Kept
take
on
the
to her anal
Missouri
virginity.
Compromise. That's what
Anal
Catholic
virginity.
girls
Kept her
do.
Vaginal virginity.
Anal virginity is
Yeah.
much more like
That's so deeper.
uncomfortable
That's so
to get
much-
rid of.
It's a big one. People like
No,
how
they
much
want
leads.
so
Who
bad,
leads with
man.
anal?
Intimate too. I just.
Anyway, any
it's like-
Christian girl, let me just tell you, just in general, like I just having dated like Baptists and shit, like
Yeah.
they don't put out those people. Fuck, dude, they fuck like crazy. And the girls, like the Mormon girls,
Yeah.
you know, the same thing. What it is they'll fuck you, and then they think you're gonna join them and like help her dad build a shed or some shit, and you know, and we'll live on a farm and whatever. They're horny,
Yeah.
including your sister Guido. Yeah. All right, I don't even know where I'm going with this.
The point is, there's levels of jealousy. So some people can also be like, yeah, so he's dancing with somebody,
Jealousy's
or so
kinda
he's
hot.
like
But I
making
have-
out with somebody,
but
or
I do
he's
have
fucking.
like some jealousy, but it's not in like a regular girl. Like, I don't get jealous with other girls ever because like I have many personal insecurities, but really not a lot when it comes to my relationship. My
Yeah.
insecurities, like I don't like being left out of like hanging out situation, like not necessarily sexual situations. Like
that's
I don't
what you
like when he's
wanna
having
leave
too much.
Exclusion.
I don't
That's
like being
the word you
excluded
used
from
to
like
say.
jokes or hanging out with like dudes. You know, I
If a
don't.
bunch of guys that have known each other for like 15 years want to hang out, you'd be like, I want to come too, and ruin it for everybody.
But no,
else.
she can come. Listen, here's the
Yeah.
thing. She totally is welcome to come.
Yeah.
In fact, and
came
this
last
goes
night to New
directly
Brunswick.
against what is like. Remember, Patrice had a joke about like everybody like, man, you'll be better if my girl was here right now. Like, hey, you never hear a guy. I like having my girl around 100%. Not exaggerating that, whatever. What I don't like is. Because this is what girls will do, okay? They'll get intimidated by your 15-year-old dude relationship.
Yeah.
Instead of just jumping in like a guy with no fear of getting called a bitch or shut up or whatever,
Yeah.
they'll get like, why aren't you including me and making it... If it's so,
I don't have a thing of like I need
be
to
aggressive.
I need to
Be aggressive.
I don't need to
Be
intrude on
aggressive.
somebody's like
Be
long relationship.
aggressive.
Kurt, shut up for like 2 seconds.
Be aggressive.
I mean, I just don't love this part, but like. It's not that you can never hang out with your friends. Obviously, you can because I want to hang out with my friends also, like without you. Sometimes, you know, like that's a normal thing.
You
It's
don't
just
feel
that
left out.
if it is a thing where we are all hanging out, then also hang out with me. You know, like don't cut me
Yes.
off from hanging out. Talk to whatever girl you want anytime
Hold
you
on,
want,
hold on.
but don't not hang out with me.
It's,
That's all.
but do you see the error? Do you see the feminine psychology error that just came out of her?
Finger on my face.
But do you see that?
Yeah.
Just she's sitting there all with us, hanging out. In her head,
She's being excluded.
not hanging out because we're talking to each other. She doesn't think like a dude, and
No, no, no.
women do not
Sometimes
think
you
like
go
guys.
off. It's not
She
like
doesn't-
that.
She goes, "Oh, I'm being like, instead of like a dude. Like if I want to talk, and if she brings me somewhere, I'm gonna stick my big fat face right in the thing. And go, hey, so here's what I think about that, aggressively. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go. You're just hanging out with your friends. Like you're sitting next to us, hanging out. You have every opportunity to take charge like a man.
But
And
I
by the
think
way,
chicks, if they're hanging out together, they kind of have the social intelligence to include the person that's not talking to address
chicks
them every
hanging out
now and
together
then,
are
not like
vicious.
it's
What,
if they're
what
friends,
they do
if it's a friend
is
of a
form a
friend,
circle
if
of hens, a circle of vicious pecking hens, and one girl becomes the left out girl, and one girl's the dominant
Yeah,
bitch.
That
if
is
they
what
don't-
girls
if
do.
they don't
So
like
much
her,
meaner than men.
That is
They don't
fucking
like-
ridiculous.
And that's why girls want to hang out with guys. And who can blame you? And you're welcome to. Just understand that when you hang out, hang out. And by the way,
By the way, the majority of guys are every bit as boring as however you think
Fair
most girls
point.
are.
A fair point. A
most
fair point.
It is true. Are most girls boring? Certainly, but most people are boring in
a
general.
fair
So it
point.
applies across the board.
Okay, listen, let's just clarify because it's a very fair point. All my friends are comics. fun comics. They're not you, the funny guy at work, who's nowhere near as fun as even a girl is. As even a girl. You understand? You're not funny at work. Funny guy at work. You're not. You are a female comic to me. You like to say female comics aren't funny? You, the average work-a-day Joe 6 lunchbox fucking hump. You are not as funny as a female comic. So just understand, I'm talking about I'm hanging out with male comics, not average dudes with day jobs that are not as funny as every female comic they think isn't funny.
It's really intimidating to be hanging out with you and a bunch of your closest professional comic friends. It's really intimidating.
Shit and pecking each other down like a bunch of bitches.
Because we love it. No, but see, that's the
that's what you accuse women of doing. That
yes,
being less.
When women do it, women do it. Women
do it on purpose and
I understand. I'm still saying non-comics here. I'm not saying. Because female comics, they get it, and they do it like men do, okay? I'm saying what women, when they do it, it's vicious.
But no, really, honestly, girls don't do that who are just hanging out, who are like friends of friends or friends
No,
of
they
each
talk
other.
shit about each other so much.
What group of girls do you hang out with, Sade? What group of girls?
Friends.
I used to live
Only
with
people we don't like.
Worse than girls do.
Do you like...
the girls didn't sit around the living room and like talk shit to each other. Maybe when they left and went to their,
Okay.
Well, let's qualify again. Let's qualify again. You hang out with a bunch of fucking hipsters and fucking whatever. And they might have all kinds of bourgeois things, but even if they weren't vicious, they were boring bitches. They were boring Williamsburg tax.
All right, hold on. All right, fine.
And why would you want to be included with them? Why would you? They had nothing to talk about except their fucking horrible art projects that are going nowhere. Yes, maybe they are nicer. They're boring hipster cunts. They're boring. All right, sorry.
Okay, now. Sorry. So that's the kind of jealousy you feel. Not being included.
Right, yeah, totally. And by the way, also, there is a thing of like, look, if I were hanging out with my closest friends that I've known forever, which I don't have, but if I were, and I brought him along, I know he's perfectly capable of keeping up his end of the conversation.
Or walking away.
But I'd also be sensitive to the fact that I know everyone there really well for a long time, and he doesn't. So that's also a thing that you have literally never been sensitive to ever in our hanging out.
I would do in that situation. How do you think I would do in that situation? You know them and I don't know them. How do you think I would do?
What do you mean, in terms of what?
If we're sitting there, it's me, you, all your friends that you know and I don't know that well. We're all sitting together on a couch, all together. No one's excluded. We're all together. And you guys are all having a conversation.
About some shit you have, it was like 15 years ago. You don't
really think
you were
that
like
would,
a child.
Stop.
Let's say it's totally opposite.
Yes. Do you think
I was like 8 when most
Shut
of this
up.
shit happened.
Do you think that would stop me? Do you think that would stop me from including myself in that conversation and dominating it? No, it wouldn't. So because I believe in equality, am expecting you to have all the capabilities that I do as someone with a penis. I respect you that much.
But
that
when
you're
this
sitting
started,
there,
I was 21 and I didn't know anybody.
So
and
what?
It's the same shit as now.
I'm treating you like a man.
All right.
Like a man, I'm treating you.
All right.
The ultimate respect. I'm giving you the respect of a man.
It doesn't feel respectful.
Because you're looking at it like a woman.
I know what you're talking about.
She's not being...
Where I've had girlfriends that are like, you better defend me if somebody's arguing with them. And I'm like, this is a verbal conflict. You are equally equipped to handle this.
And she's equipped.
I don't need to be defended.
Yeah, but see, now your man logic's coming out of nowhere. Oh, welcome, man logic. It's great to have you here.
Shut the
I'd like to
fuck
see a lot
up.
more of you.
Okay,
I'd like to see a lot more of
okay.
you. I really appreciate it, and I'd like to see it come
Really?
out.
That's what I've been lacking this whole time is man logic?
With that
You guys-
argument.
all right, stop quibbling, idiots.
With your exclusion argument, yes.
What do you guys do when someone accuses either one of you of taking advantage of the other person?
No one's ever done that. What do you mean?
Well, like if you're able to bone other people.
That's not taking advantage. It's a healthy arrangement.
People don't ever say that to you? People never say that to you?
No, never.
Really?
No, it's
that I'm being
taking...
taken advantage of?
Yeah.
It was my idea.
It's taking advantage. It's not stealing an advantage or cheating.
No, I don't think it is. What do you do when
Taking
people say
advantage
that
means
to
you gave me an advantage and I took it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Nothing's wrong with it.
Well,
but I
taking-
assume
yeah.
No
people
one said that
say
to me,
that
but
to you.
If they
They
were
used to say it to me
that,
all the time.
That's like a patronizing thing to say to somebody
It was
because we are
patronizing.
two adults, totally equal in this relationship. Like this relationship has never been about settling down or money or anything like that. So we're only doing this because we want to. You know what I mean? Like this is only cool in as much as we give it permission to go on, and 50-50. So I'm not being taken advantage of because I'm an equal partner in that. You know what I mean? Like me being taken advantage of would be to say like you're letting this man who's above you get one over on you, and I'm not. It works both. I do what I want too.
That's well put.
Your limitations are not our limitations. Let's put it that way. Because that's how you do. I mean, that's people project their little shit on you. I mean, I do it to people nonstop.
Yeah,
It's literally.
I do the same thing, but I don't want kids. I just don't want them, especially right now. Who knows what'll happen?
How could you have a kid? And
Yeah.
people look very happy with their children.
But every time I see a woman that's like 55 and doesn't have a kid, I go, oh.
Do you say that?
Yeah, in my head, I do. Like deep in my
But she
heart,
might
I
be-
feel bad.
well,
And
that's-
yeah, she
but-
probably just didn't want one.
But look, that could also be because we keep saying the terms men and women here because we don't have a better term to use because we're talking about the general. This is the general thing, and generally, if a woman doesn't have a kid by 55, they're like, because that's what you see on TV nonstop,
That's what
and
you see
you're
on
thinking, I mean, am I going to have it all in the city or whatever the dumb shit is?
Yeah.
You know, like so you assume it's like you assume Spike TV or you don't, but that's Spike TV's like this is the man network. See, cars and tits.
Right, and that's not what we really
men
care
like
about.
that. Women run that network. It's all run by women. And it looks like what you like. If I decide to run the black network, Mia Waika,
What it
I know
would
what they
be.
like. They like hippity hop and like it's the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
It's literally that. People don't know what the fuck they like, and it ties into this Batman thing because all your criticisms of the newest, best Batman are memes that you absorb before you even heard it, and other people said, "This is all of your arguments." Because I'm right, you're all wrong. You disagree with me. You're like, yeah, but Bane's voice was stupid. It's a meme that you absorbed. You absorbed that, and were expecting it, and got what you expected because that's how you think. With 3/4 of it. So this all we didn't even get off tangent. This all ties in together.
Okay, nice. Can I ask more questions?
Yeah.
What do you how would you feel if Sade got a boyfriend? Would you be fine, or would
We'd
you
be
feel?
really happy for her. I'm sure she'd be really happy, and
Every so often,
we want her to be
every
happy.
face on.
Yeah.
Some date didn't work out. I'd like to see a happy Sade.
Yeah, we'd be super pleased about it
You want a boyfriend?
if she wants one.
You don't care either way.
Not right now, no, honestly.
Yeah. How old are you?
25.
Yeah.
These are both young girls too, by the way.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, I'm glad she's happy now. But what, just like, there's no thing like that. Like
What?
You know, if she's like, I have a boyfriend, so I can't do this. That's like,
You'd be like, okay.
yeah.
All right. No, I've had that too with girls that just once in a while we hook up, but then it's like I have a boyfriend, I can't. I'll probably try a little bit still, but like, but I totally get it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna test.
I'm
their
of
faith.
course going to. My goodness, I would give the impression. But I'll be like, cool at the end. I'll be mad, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's what I do. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna come over
I've
anymore.
had sex with somebody one time, you feel like.
You always want to again.
Well, just like you feel like that you should kind of like before, so it's like. Naturally, you should totally be able to do this again. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
now, so this is the only person in your relationship that wouldn't be
it just has to go through.
up front.
The same with me. Like I don't want her to go. You just don't want to like Marin.
There's full disclosure and
You don't have a clown nose on.
The whole thing is like above the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything is under the radar, then it's automatically not cool, and the people are going to get hurt. The whole thing is like to avoid anybody being hurt. We already know it's cool, so there's no
Yeah.
need to sneak around. You know, just like
If she did-
get the okay. That's all.
Like
Yeah.
if she did do that,
Yeah.
and I never have any idea, and I'm not embarrassed by her doing that.
Like if it's a comic or something.
So, wait, let's say it's some stockbroker.
Well, if it's a
who lives
comic,
in
there's no way. If it's a comic, there's no way I
Seattle.
wouldn't find out.
But
Comics
I wouldn't do
cannot-
that. But
They
that's
can't.
not a thing
They
I would do anyway.
But what? Yeah, but I'm
shitting
saying,
right.
Let's say it was a stockbroker from Seattle.
and I know that's literally. I mean, I can't speak for her, but
Yeah.
literally that's the same thing to me as,
Yeah.
as never doing it. Like I don't give a shit. It's
just
the
don't care.
humiliation, the thing of cheating.
Totally.
That like that little pussy from that vampire movie.
Yeah.
Is like the
Taylor
guy got.
Lautner.
Is like everybody's mad because the humiliation that you inflict on that. Humiliation of like someone feeling like they got your fucking piece, and you got to think about that. That's the fucking essence of what's upsetting. Is that like really?
Right.
So now I'm a fucking cuckold or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Honestly, something else. Like, the jealousy part, I kind of get off on that. To be honest with you, like there's something that like
My friend says this. P. Carboni told me this. The reason people like that cuckolding thing.
because you're jealous. You're mad.
Yeah, it's because you get so jealous seeing another man
It makes
fuck
your
your
dick
woman
hard, yeah.
that you get hard, so that your sperm and your dick will
exactly
overcome the other sperm, and
Dude.
Competition. They
and that
actually
is why
talk
your
about
dick is
that in
shaped like a
Sex at
plunger,
Dawn.
so that it can fucking pull out as much of the old semen as
Well,
possible
I don't-
before
that's why
planting
man,
yours
that's why
in.
small free rodents have. That's why like animals have a bone in their dick. Certain animals. I don't know if that applies to us, but from what she just told me of something she read, I think right. You told me that.
My friend already read that. Yeah.
Oh, right. We're programmed to be both monogamous and to chase other pussy. You know, like that. The same men and women both. We're equally programmed to do both, like to settle down for the survival advantage of stability of raising kids.
So what if you?
And also to spread it around so you've got options. You know, it's like ingrained in us, both of those things.
At Dawn, they say that we didn't evolve to live in nuclear family units, like
until kids are grown up. That's until your kids are raised, and then you go off and do your own.
But they said that the type of social environment that we evolved in was communal. Like children were raised communally. There was no concept of like. Yeah, I do. I love the book. I think more people should read it. I don't. I mean,
One question.
I don't. It's just an idea that is. It's just an idea that's out there. I can't say yes or no whether it's right. What the fuck do I really know? But it's just an idea that's competing with the standard narrative of what ours.
The standard narrative, what she just said, though. It's not. I swear to God, it's not. That's like
about living monogamously, like raising kids.
It's not really one or the other. It's much like you're not meant to just eat vegetables or meat. You're an omnivore. It's both. Like it's not. See that book that I haven't read it.
Yeah.
But
Sex at Dawn.
The way
you like
Sex
it?
at the Dawn of Man.
The way Shadi described it to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like that fucking propaganda shit that like we're supposed to be like colonies all together ultimately.
Well, there's something to be said for burying your nature. Like, if you're chemically attracted to your boss's wife, you can tell yourself as a human, like, hey, this is going to be bad for me. I shouldn't do this. I'm going to overcome my nature here and do something that's better for me. It's also in your
nature to take into account social situations, you know? Like, that's also part of our nature as people. The social part is just as important for our survival as the sperm part, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's another kind of evolutionary advantage, is to say that I shouldn't fuck this guy's wife because ultimately it's going to work out. It's not going to work out, even if she did have my kid, you know?
Right. It'll be bad for you.
Right.
So and you don't mind at all? What? If she, like, makes out with somebody, or...
It's not an option currently, but...
My ex...
He actually does mind a lot.
Yeah, get him, like, jizz on your face and, like, send me a text. I want, like, awful pictures of him. You know? I don't think this dude's cool.
Doing that?
Yeah, I think he's like awful.
Stop. All right.
My wife used to say, hey, I'm on a date nearby. You want to come watch? And I was like, all right. I'd get a beer and watch them on their date.
Who used to say that?
My ex.
Oh, your wife?
Yeah.
You married?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She'd be like, I'm on a date down at like Saddle Ranch. Like, come by and look at it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really
One time, she said, I got a ticket to a movie she went to with this date. And she planted the idea early in the date that she was getting sick. And so then, like during the previews, she just like ran out and then ran back in the back way and came up and sat with me. And then that was it.
And she never wait.
I don't know. I don't know. I think the story is I just saved $750 or something. I don't know. Yeah, but it's like it never really bothered me with the idea of someone else doing whatever you want. You got to go. You got to do a spot.
We did long enough, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say it was Batman arguing enough, but we can fight back more.
We can figure it out later at your place.
Oh, yeah, we'll go to my house, dude.
Yeah.
Hit the volcano.
Yeah.
Wait for me. I'll come over after my spot.
That's the only time I've ever had a girl say, wait for me. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, do it. Come after your spot. That's fine. That'll work. All right. Well, right now, let's do sponsors. Amazon.com and Gamefly.com. Do you do Gamefly ever? Yeah, if people sign up for a free 15-day trial, they give me like enough for like a gram of weed.
Really?
Yeah. It's literally, go to Gamefly.com/Ari and they'll give me a gram. What? You should. You play a ton of games.
I don't know. I want to. Oh, you keep them as long as you want.
And then you send them back. Yeah, you can keep it for 2 years. It doesn't matter. It makes you so mad when they give you $4.50.
First of all, the games I sell back are good ones that are worth money. So it's not I used to manage fun. You don't get as much money for the game when you bring it back. Like, you know how commerce works, right? They mark it up, and it went by supply and demand. So some games that were rare, or there weren't as many of them, that game was worth more money. A game that sucks that nobody wants to play again, yeah. You are not going to get as much back to that, but you could read a review first or know what the fuck you're doing
right.
before you go in there.
But you've gotten bad games before, haven't you? Like, where you're like, oh, this sucks.
Very rare that I buy.
All right, well, still give me do the fucking free trial so I can get some weed and we can smoke out of the volcano. All right, that's it. That was the episode. We're going to get back to the second part probably in a day or two, or hopefully we do it tonight right now, and then I can upload it even sooner. So thank you guys very much. Subscribe.